All right, I'm a little bit tired, but I want to deal with this topic. Rhianna, anti the Baphomet agenda. Now, for you, those of you out there, you should know by now when I use the name Baphomet, which is the title that Satanists have given to a very insidious, I shouldn't say insidious, a very ugly, hideous creation that they use to represent Satan. When you look at the Baphomet, you see that it's an androgynous creature. Okay, it fuses together both male and female genitalia. And so when I talk about Baphomet, you know that many times I'm going to delve into the issue of the homosexual agenda and the blurring of the lines between genders. So for those of you out there that have no idea who Rhianna is, she's a very, very popular, I guess I have to say, R&B/pop artist, because she's right in there. That's pretty much where she is in the pocket of her genre. So it's pretty much R&B pop. And right now she is getting ready to start a new tour called Anti, named after her new album called Anti. Now, what was sent to me is a picture that's being used to promote her tour. So I want you to take a look at this picture. All right. And this is obviously representative art. It's very suggestive. It's very suggestive, the art. So let's just take a look at it. Let's pull it apart real quick. All right. So here we go. So here it is. Anti. Now everybody can see the picture. This is her new tour. There Rhianna is. Let me give you a close look at it all, because we're going to break it down real quick. So I'm going to take you from head to toe. Look at the head. Look at the clothing. There's no doubt that it's suggestive art. How is it suggestive art? Okay, well, first and foremost, the theme is anti, which means it's against. It's the antithesis of it's against. So we just use against for anti. Anti what? Everything that she's wearing right now is to help declare the message of anti. Okay, anti what? We're going to take her from head to toe. Are you ready? Look at her hairstyle. Look at her hairstyle. Is this the normal hairstyle that you usually see Rhianna with? In these unflattering kind of braids or pigtails? Okay, these are not dreadlocks. Come on, you should know the difference between dreadlocks. Those are not dreads. All right. So what is she saying here with anti? Okay, look closely. It's a lot of messages in one. Okay, it's easily not a flattering hairstyle. So what is she saying? She's anti the status quo of what people define as beauty. She's anti the status quo of what people define as beauty. So listen, the whole picture is to say she's anti this, anti that. Because with a woman's hair is a very important aspect of her beauty, her glory, as the Bible says. The point here is that she's anti the status quo of beauty. All right, anti the status quo of what people define as beauty. If everybody gets that, tap on the screen, put hearts on the screen. It's clear, you can see it. Okay, let's take it to the next part. What is she wearing? What is she wearing? Her style of dress. What type of garment does she have on right now? She has on a men's suit jacket. This is a woman wearing a man's suit jacket. So she is anti-gender distinction. You get the point. Anti trying to put people into categories according to their gender. She's saying, listen, I'm a woman. I can wear a man's clothes if I want to, even though this is what's supposed to define a man as a man. So she's anti-gender distinction. Now, what color is she wearing? She's wearing black and white. Now, you may look at this from the perspective of the balance of good and evil. You may take it from that perspective, but remember, what's the title of the tour? Anti. Okay. So she is anti-black and white. In other words, she is anti there being these stringent definitions of what is right and what is wrong. She is saying she is anti everything being just black and white in society. Everything is not just black and white. And you can also see that that's the message, because she's also pointing out that she is anti there being gender distinctions. Who's to say this is right for a man or this is right for a woman? I'm anti these hard lines about what is right and what is wrong. Basically, she is saying we should be able to do what we want. Do what thou wilt. Do as thou wilt, for this shall be the whole of the law. And for the person that says, oh, this is wonky, it's only wonky to you because you haven't taken the time to actually look at these things consistently. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the interesting thing is this. I was in the entertainment industry. All right? You have to realize this is what you call suggestive art. All right? People, she didn't just go out there and just take this picture and say, let's take a picture in a black and white jacket and put it out there with my hair looking crazy because this is cute. Or, this is just crazy. The picture is for a purpose. It's to present a message. It's very clear that it's to present a message. It's suggestive art. They pay money for this, to put it out to people. It's suggestive art. And the thing that I find so sad is that so many people are so brainwashed that you don't even take time to consider the obvious. She obviously didn't just wake up and walk into the dressing room and say, you know what, let me just put on this suit jacket and I'm going to put white and black on. And just tie my head up like this and let it look crazy this morning and take a picture with me. And just make half of my head broken on the top there. And I think that looks cool. Let's take a picture. Let's pay a couple millions on that, $2 million of promotion on that and put it out there. You're the wonky crazy one if you think that. Would you really sit down if you were sitting down at the boardroom table and it was your responsibility to sign the check? Would you just sign the check because somebody thought they'd wake up this morning with their hair crazy and throw on a suit jacket and say, yeah, it looks cool? Come on. That's just the reality of the situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is serious. This is what it is. It's very clear. It's there. This is the whole do what thou wilt agenda. It's a declaration of anti standards, anti right and wrong that is defined by traditional society. Anti. That's all it's about. This is the Baphomet agenda. Do what thou wilt. This shall be the whole of the Lord. Look at it. This is Baphomet. What do you see here? A creature that obviously is male, but he has female characteristics. It's a destruction of gender distinction. It's a promotion of androgyny. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all this is as well. That's all this is as well. A woman dressed up like a man, destruction of gender distinction, promotion of androgyny. It's the Baphomet agenda. That's all it is. That's all it is. Do what thou wilt.
So are you still skeptical? Well, then listen to what Billboard magazine had to say about Rihanna just shortly after I made this very video.
The bad gal herself is also a proud ally and supporter of the LGBTQ community, empowering her fans to unite under one umbrella. So here are just a few reasons why Rihanna is a quintessential gay icon. Last year, Rihanna proved her love and support for her LGBTQ fans when she helped one of them come out to his family and friends after he reached out to her for advice on Twitter. Okay, so if I could raid anyone's closet, it would definitely be Rihanna's. Although, let's be serious, I don't think I could rock it quite like she does. Either way, you guys, Riri has been a consistent fan of balancing androgyny with feminine beauty. One day she's spotted wearing an oversized men's jacket with Timberlands, and then the next she can be seen in a frilly pink gown at the Grammys. That's right. The shapeless looks and silhouettes in her Puma and Fenty collaboration also add to the current resurgence of genderless clothing in the fashion community. Rhianna also manages to bend gender roles and sexuality in her music, making it inclusive for all her fans. Her sixth studio album, Talk That Talk, saw the singer in a very androgynous role, referring to both private members of the human anatomy interchangeably.
And then Rhianna says, I will do it, I will. But look at this. I want you to see this last part. Because the only reason that this aspect of this art, this decapitation of Rhianna's frontal lobe is done in this very saddening, sickening, satanic art is because the devil inspired that, I really believe. I really believe the devil was behind the inspiration of this one. Because, my friend, you know what goes on in the frontal lobe, don't you? In the frontal lobe is where reasoning and judgment take place. In the frontal lobe is where character development takes place. The frontal lobe is the seat of our morality. And what is this all about? This is about anti-morality. Anti-morality. So who is really behind this? I told you from the beginning who is really behind this. Ephesians 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. The devil is attacking the morality of society. He's attacking the youth. And we do have to pray for her. But as you pray for her, pray for the millions of people that are actually sucking down the anti-agenda that's being promoted here. Ladies and gentlemen, the devil is using unfortunate, wayward souls like Rhianna to push the wine of Babylon out into society. The Bible tells us in Revelation chapter 14 and verse 8, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she hath made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. This is a push of the deceptive wine of Babylon. This destruction of gender distinction, the push of androgyny, the push of lawlessness, do what thou wilt. And as always, this is a forerunner. Whether you like it or not, the truth is the truth.